Welcome fellow folders to a brand new video, and we're going to be looking at something quite different. We're going to be looking at how to clean and dust your models after you have folded them, so how to go about keeping them in better condition. So we have a few examples of models that I will go over, but it's basically, you've done it before, how to get rid of dust but on models. So if you dust your room, you probably already have. You help it with cleaning, dust gets everywhere, it's annoying, it takes away from the colour of the paper especially. This is a slanted vase by Rebecca Gales King, hopefully I pronounced that correct, her name correct, but it's a stunning model and it's probably one of the hardest to dust, so I thought I would use this as an example on how to go about dusting it. It's so cool. One sheet of paper, a slanted vase, like that. Like this part just floats in the middle, but anyway, basically this has dust everywhere. Hopefully you can see that. Like, yep. Lots of dust everywhere on this model. It's one of those models that looks super insane, but because it looks super insane, it builds up so much dust. Look at all that dust. So we're going to be basically talking over how to get rid of it. So for example, this is quite a complex, not a complex model, but it has a lot of open gaps. Now normally, like, I'll put this to the side, I'll use a crane as example, because the difference from this to this, not paper, not folding, not the look, but it's because of the flat surfaces. The crane just has flat surfaces, so I can easily take a cloth and just wipe over it. That's simple, it's dusted. I mean, it's that easy for a crane, but you can't really do that for this, because if I wipe, it'll take the parts off the top, but you'll still have all that in underneath, and then this isn't going to be useful trying to get under here, or especially inside here. It won't work. So other ways to go about doing that, and of course this will apply to all models that have lots of nooks and crannies, lots of detail, that will work for all of those. So basically just a cloth, and for the crane, any model that has like flat surfaces, a flat insect, a tessellation, just wipe over it, and it's basically that easy. But when you get harder ones that have more details, like this, so we're going to go over a few little things. So one way of doing it is having a cloth or a piece of rag, whatever you use, and then a wee pointing tool, just fold it over so you create like a nice point, and then you can run it, try to show us from a good angle, you can run it inside to somewhat try and remove the dust. I don't think this will work too much. Next we have is a little fabric wiper. Now I purchased a lens cleaning kit for my cameras and lenses, and this is one of the things that came with it. So anything like this, again, could work. I think this is working quite nice. Anything that has some sort of fabric at the end. I mean, you could even take like a piece of plastic, some glue, stick some glue on it, and then a thin layer of fabric, just stick it over so it holds, and then you have something like this, and then you can just go about using that. I mean, this is actually looking really nice. I was surprised at how good this is doing. But yeah, main of the, you might need to use like a combination of both, like this first to get all the dust out from the gaps, and then your cloth to wipe away the excess, because it will most likely, the dust underneath will come over the top flat surfaces, and then you have to wipe that away. And another thing we have is a brush, a nice soft flexible brush. Now this came with the cleaning kit as well, so let's try that. I think this one should work the best. Yeah, this is perfect. So move that out of the way so you can see the difference. So we have, this is all dust, and then when I turn it around, you don't see any dust. Near enough no dust. So I actually think the brush is spot on. I think it's actually perfect because it's super soft, super flexible. I mean, you could even go and buy makeup brushes. I think that would work as well. Anything that is just so soft, so flexible, and it's easy to clean as well. If you have a lot of dust on this, it's clean. It's that simple. And because of all the bristles are really, they're not stiff, it will allow to easily get into all the little gaps. There's dust everywhere now. I'll just do this side first and then we'll see how it looks through the bottom. So this is looking brand new already. I'm very surprised at how good this has performed. And this model was not easy to make. I think I made it 2 years ago. I do have a video of myself showing you how it was made. So I'll stop. So yeah, it's looking brand new. Zero dust on the model. Yeah, so I can't see any dust. Yeah, too close. So far this brush has proven to be extremely good. Now if we look at the top, the other thing I'll try as well, the next thing is also what came with my cleaning kit is, I don't know the name of it, it's an air blower. Basically you squeeze that, it forces out air. And again, this could be useful for maybe putting it inside and firing. So let's try it on the top. Let's try and get a good angle. I think that's nice enough. We can see all the dust. So let's try it on this one here. Let's see if this works. So it doesn't work. It doesn't work. The dust is still there. I mean, before I started this video, I would 100% say this would have been the best thing to do for removing dust, but it's not getting rid of anything. Even fast pressing, it doesn't work. So that is out of the question. So I'm quite surprised that that actually happened. But let's try it again. Let's go with the brush. Yeah, let's try this one. It may just be that there's a lot of dust on it and it's builded up over the 2 years. Could be, but anyway, it's basically gone already. So yeah, I definitely think a brush is best. Yeah, 100% guaranteed this brush. A brush is the best thing for dusting models. Don't need to use any water, any slightly damp cloths, which you shouldn't use any. Oh, it's almost done. You shouldn't use anyway, especially on paper. But I'm not going to do it all. I'll do it all off camera. But again, inside as well, if your model has parts that are open inside, again, there's no way that you can possibly. I mean, you could like scrape it all out. That's not really working. Oh, there's a lot of dust. There's a lot of dust in there. I don't know if you can see it from this angle. Is it focusing? There. Yeah, there's a lot of dust. I just scraped it a few times. and it's really built up, so I may actually need to do this outside so I don't get dust everywhere in here, but let's try it, why not? So a good angle, but I don't think you can see it that well, but let's just try it like this. Oh yeah, there's a lot of dust already. Yeah, I'm going to stop there because there's a lot of dust already blowing out everywhere and I don't want to breathe it in. But definitely, I would highly recommend that you get a brush. This is by far the best option that I have tried. So we started off with the cloth and then the little wiper, and then, oh, which one was it, the brush or this? I can't remember, but the little air blower and then the brush. So brush is definitely by far the best, and especially if you have a model that has lots of angles and bits, gaps in it. Again, I think a brush would be really good for it as well. Just get that brush in there. Now, normally I would have just used, and before I got this cleaning kit, I would have just used a cloth over all the models. That's exactly what I would have done, and have always did for the past like 9 years for cleaning my models. And even the models that I have behind glass, they still get dust. Yeah, I still use just pieces of rag, some cloth to wipe over it. So I definitely think I'm going to invest in quite a few more brushes. These are, I'm super surprised at how good this is. Yeah, it's basically that simple. It's mostly common sense, this video. It's something that hasn't been touched on before, hasn't been covered, so I thought I would give it a shot at covering it, and hopefully you'll learn from this. Again, you should already know how to dust and clean, etc. So yeah, that is it, everyone. Thank you all for watching. I hope you learned something new from this video. And also, this is Robert Lang's Tarantula. So I'll see you all in the next video, my folders.